have two screens in here, so okay.
What is up, chat? Welcome in. I see a few of you in here already. Manny, Soren, how are we doing today? Welcome to another episode of Unfiltered Brew. And today we have Paul and John with us. And for those that don't know, Paul here is like 8 feet tall, like not even a joke. So it's basically,
yeah.
literally,
That's
no,
not accurate,
literally. For those that don't know, chat.
It just always looks that way. That's all it is.
Yeah, right. This guy is literally, he could play Slender Man. If they ever make a movie of Slender Man,
Next Halloween, 100%.
this guy's gonna go. I swear.
Is that a compliment? Is that a compliment?
It's a compliment. No, he's tall. No, he's
No,
tall.
it
It's a good
is.
thing.
Who
It's a
else
compliment.
can play Slender Man?
Exactly. He's gonna get good money. He'll get good money. And here we have Jonathan. If you guys don't follow him on Twitter, Guy Speaks Truth. All right, the Guy Speaks Truth over there. So I would have liked a big, taller than Shaq. Honestly, give Shaq a run for his money. Honestly, give Shaq a run for his money. What is
Well,
up,
that
guys?
one, but I appreciate it.
There, see? Look, I hype people up,
That's
all right?
a tall order.
Unless I don't like you, because then I tear you down. You know what I mean? But today, guys, we have a great show. We've got indie games versus AAA will be the main discussion, and we got some fun news to talk about. All right. I don't know how familiar you guys with indie games. Do you guys play a lot of indie games or no?
Depends.
Depends.
For
I
me, it
played
depends.
some.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played some.
Okay. What was like the most recent indie game you play?
For me,
Yeah, both of you.
Cuphead.
Cuphead. What's that?
Yeah. Oh, you haven't played
I'm
Cuphead?
no. Oh, I need to play
I
something.
mean, it's yeah, you do. It's like it's a platformer
Uh-huh.
made in the art of like 50s
Okay.
cartoons,
Uh-huh.
and it's pretty good, man. It's just like super hard classic arcade game.
Okay.
It has co-op. It is beautiful. Has beautiful art.
Wow.
You need to try it. Yeah.
Okay, I will
If-
try it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, what about you, Paul?
I will admit I don't play that many.
Yeah.
I think the most recent I played recently probably Sifu. That was recommended to me. I did play it like to completion, but it was a cool game. I enjoyed it a lot. I've mainly like played like platformer indies, like played like Super Meat Boy, like Shovel Knight, Binding of Isaac, that kind of stuff.
I
But,
get you.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah, that I think platformer indies to me are like the sweet spot of
I
like
think
gaming,
so too.
right? Because it's
Yeah.
like they're indie, but they're ramped up a little. And Manny played Sifu too, amazing concept, and Demonologist. Yeah, Manny's obsessed with Demonologist. Yeah, if it's too hard of a game though, like Elden Ring, is it even fun at that point? Now, like Elden Ring is just you guys. I mean, you both play. I know. I mean, I tried it, but like not that good. But like,
I offered my services
He
to give you
did.
help.
but I'm beyond help. I'm beyond saving at this point. What about you, John?
Oh. I will say,
Okay.
I've played every Soul game,
Yeah.
from Demon Souls to
All of
Elden Ring.
them. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
but for some reason, I haven't finished Elden Ring yet.
I mean, what is the
Okay.
end game? Like, when are you finished?
I mean, there's an end game.
Is
Eh,
there?
There is. There is.
I mean, there's an end game because if you finish the story and you want, there's a lot of shit to do
Yeah.
there. Like a lot.
Right.
It's too big, I
Right.
guess. But in the end, it's not like unfinishable. Like I feel like a Fallout game or a Skyrim game is. It's like
Right.
everything. There's always something to do in those games. In Elden Ring, I think the meta in the end is like PvP.
Yes. See, Paul, how far are
I
you?
guess.
What's your level,
Right.
or what's your thing?
I'll provide my input on
Yeah,
this.
provide your input, please.
So where is it? So the thing about Elden Ring that From Software I think was very smart in its design is that it can be the easiest game or the hardest game depending on how you want to play it.
Okay.
And there are certain, and that is, there's proof of that through certain mechanics they put into the game.
Yeah.
Because when it came out, the whole like meme of the game was like, oh, there's no easy mode, no easy mode. The easy mode was summoning. That
Okay.
is easy mode.
What the
essentially.
summoning? Is that like, oh, like when you get the ghost people to come help you?
Yeah, when you can summon the spirits,
Yeah.
right?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
essentially is the option to make certain interactions easier for you. Because in the other games, okay, it's all completely solo. You don't
Right.
have the option to summon help.
Yeah.
But now in Elden Ring, it's like, oh wow, this is actually like, hard. It's like, okay, I'll summon some help, right? So,
And it's NPC too. It's like
Yeah.
NPC spirits.
well,
Right.
the NPCs, those were also in the other games as
Oh, were
well.
they? Okay.
So yeah,
But in here you have like in other things you have like the bell, and you have
Right.
these spirits that you can
yeah,
summon. It's
that's what
not
Yeah.
they're
like the
called.
ones that you usually find the signs on the floor and summon them.
Yeah.
In here
Yeah.
you have like this ability that you can, like, I don't know if you can call it like that, like level up a spirit that you can hang with in every boss, I guess, right? Is
Yeah.
that right?
I summon them, but it doesn't. You're like,
No, but
it's
that was
there.
by design, right? They did that so if players
Yeah.
want to have an easier
Yeah.
experience, they can do that. Every single boss fight has that capability. And they also made it so that, well, they're like, I think 90% of the game is completely optional.
It's true. See,
It's
that's what I don't like. I need
Yeah.
direction. Tell me what to do.
well, they do give you direction. Like you go to like first of all, to go to like like the first phase of the game is you are making your way to the big tree, right?
Right.
And they tell you, oh, you need to get like two shards of the Elden Ring to get there, right?
Okay.
Now in the beginning area you get one from Godric, and then you need a second one
Uh-huh.
minimum. So you could either go to the lake in like northwest, or you go to east to the hellscape essentially.
Yes, I remember that part. Yeah, I don't really
Oh
explore
man.
too much down there. It was too
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now there are actually a few different paths you can take to get to the city. The default is okay, get at least two shards. There's a second path, but it involves mainly by doing the NPC quests. Like if you
Okay.
do like Ronnie's quest and then Fia's quest, at the end of Fia's quest, you go to like the bottom of the Erd tree in
Okay.
like the depths of the world, and there's a portal there that takes you to like the city of the Erd tree. So you could get there without needing two shards.
I see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes more, but then that's like, okay, so like if I beat Godric, what's my next move? Like, am I like, like it's like I find something and I'm like, okay, I got it. I have whatever.
Yeah.
And then it's like I'm completely lost. It's the Souls game. See, I'm not a Souls game person.
Isn't
See the
there
thing
like a
like
little light that
Yeah.
guides you?
yes,
But you need to find like the I forgot like
they're
the
like
signs.
sites of
It says
grace.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But see,
And
like, I'm not Christopher Columbus. I shouldn't have to go explore. Like, I should be told, like,
the
I'm
game
not
needs
here.
you to
The
explore.
game needs to tell me. You know what
I mean,
I mean?
and that was the thing. I think a lot of
Yeah.
people just unreleased it. They just because like a lot of people that got the game on release just didn't were not familiar
Right.
with the Souls games, with kind of From Software's kind of you know their theme, their way of doing things, their
Right.
kind of signature. So like at a minimum, like for example, for like Dark Souls 3, for example, that game was designed to be very linear. So
Okay.
it's kind of difficult to get lost because if you just go forward, you will progress.
I see.
But of course, Elden Ring being open world, that's not really the case until after like the beginning area. Okay, now you have, you know,
A bunch of shit to
paths
do.
to diverge. But you can easily just kind of look up like online. It's like Elden Ring basic progression. So like after like Stormvale, you could go to the lake. Then after that, you can go to Caelid in the east, and then make your way to
You
Langdale
got
and
this
whatnot.
memorized. That is
I played
crazy.
this game to completion multiple times.
That is crazy. Good for you.
Multiple times.
What about you, John? How far?
Oh man, I think I got into the temple that was like before getting to the tree,
Yeah.
like that big tree.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there are two gargoyles in there. Like there are some super stairs.
Okay. Oh,
I, I,
okay. I think
I
I've been there.
don't remember too well. I
Okay.
don't know if you can correct me, Paul. There are big stairs like going to a castle, and behind that castle is the tree. I forgot about
Okay.
that.
I'm sure
But
it's there. Knowing
anyway,
Elden Ring.
Okay.
I just stay there. I don't know what else to do
Okay.
in there, and I just stop. I just stop.
Yeah.
Okay. So you didn't fight. I don't think you fought Morgot yet. Then I think like that was the next thing.
Maybe,
See,
maybe.
Okay.
I really don't remember because when I played it, it was around the time that the hype was there,
yeah,
Okay.
and yeah, and I was working like a lot
I
during
see.
that time and having a lot of shit to do,
Yeah,
and I was,
Okay.
I just couldn't like uh get into the game like I wanted to because I had other shit to
right.
do,
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
and in the end, I just like drop at it, keep on working on my stuff and on my job, and then
Yeah, right.
when I came back, I didn't know what to do, and I just stopped. I
Yeah,
just stopped.
it's time consuming. Like I put in
Too
probably
much.
like 100 hours, and that's a lot for me. Like for a game that I don't really love, and it's like I've made no
Sorry.
progress, and I
Well,
feel
say
like I'm
there's
in
kind
there.
of like three tips when it comes to these types of games. Like three main tips. Number one is kind of have a sense of progression.
Yeah,
Right. That's number one.
yeah.
Number two, have an idea of what is like the meta end
Yeah.
level. Right.
Okay.
So like for example, like Dark Souls 3, it was like 120
Yeah.
was like the like end level where this is a good kind of max level to have, and it's also a level that is like the max for most PvP,
Okay.
right? Now for Elden Ring, said 120 is around like 150,
All right.
right? Like, and that's pretty much on all my completion runs. I maxed out 150, like that was it,
Okay.
because of yeah. So
That's like a
and then
community thing.
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind
Just
of
to
like
stop.
a agreed upon kind of like people just like okay, like 150, like this is like the highest end game like PvP meta, like
Yeah.
that's it. Now, if you
Okay.
really want to by yourself, you could do New Game Plus and go to max level. But at that point, like it's just okay, you get stronger, and then it's like okay, it's not much of a challenge anymore,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
And then tip number three
Yes.
is kind of have a sense of what build you're going to do.
Okay. Like focus on your skills, like what top skills you want, right? To upgrade
Yeah,
those
like
things.
what kind of like how are you going to play? Are you
Yeah.
going to be like full strength, like you're
Got
just a
you.
big bruiser, or full dex, you're like a ninja? Do you want to be just like full sorcery, full mage, where you could do like hybrid builds?
Okay.
So
And what did you all choose?
I always play a hybrid build.
Hybrid. Okay.
I always do hybrid. So I do
Smart.
like like holy and dex,
Got you.
or like or was it it's faith, like faith and dex, or
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
intelligence and strength, or
Okay.
arcane and strength.
And what about you, John?
When I play these games, usually I make a mage,
Yeah.
but it's like he said, it's hybrid with deaths. So
Got
I
you.
can get the Uchigatana and other
Oh yeah.
katanas and stuff
Oh,
like that
there you
because
go.
I'm a whip. I'm a whip,
Yeah.
and so
Well,
I
honestly, it's
use
just fun
mostly
though. It's
katana,
fun to be able to like do spells and then also have weapons that you actually are good, right? You can
and
just
I
switch
always
between them.
like and I put the katanas. How do you say when they upscale?
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
With intelligence because
Uh-huh.
you can make like put magic on them. I don't remember.
Yeah, there
So,
are cantations that you can put on there. I remember. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, so you can upscale them with magic, with int and dex. So that's mostly my builds in these games.
Good for you
But the
guys. I
nice
went.
thing is, even if you go like full intelligence or like full faith, and
Yeah.
you still want weapons, you can infuse weapons to do a certain damage type. So, like if you're like
Yeah,
full mage
Oh.
and you want just like some weapons
Yeah.
to just to have, you can like, oh, like this sword, I'll infuse it with magic so it does like full magic damage,
I
and
see.
you
yeah.
only need like the minimum requirements for like strength or dex to actually
Right.
use it.
Yeah, I went straight vagabond and I went straight strength,
Yeah, sure.
thinking that
Yeah,
that
that's
was
a
gonna
build.
help.
Yeah.
But it
No,
was
you could do
like,
that. Yeah.
yeah, but the
Unga
problem
unga.
is like now I was like regretting because it's like you have to get close. You know what I mean? All combat is face to face. But
Yeah.
you know, I'm not a pussy, so it's okay. We go face to
Honestly,
face.
for a
Oh,
new person, there you go.
We go face to
I can
face.
I can
No, half the creatures. No, half the creatures that come at me, I'm like petrified of. And the fact that I have to now face them, I regret my decision. I'd rather just shoot them. You know what I mean? Like, but we don't have that. We don't have
Full
it.
mage. There you go.
Homemade.
Full mage.
So I don't know if you guys watched, but the Nintendo Switch
Mm.
showcase was last week, and they came out with their whole list of indie games. Now I kind of went through them all and kind of created this top list, and I'm gonna
Okay.
read them, but I want you guys to say based on the description, yes or no, if it's something you'd be interested in. Because Nintendo
Okay.
Switch has the highest, that and Steam are like the highest bought indie games. So PlayStation, Xbox being the least amount, but Switch is actually rising in popularity with indie games. So like, I'm just gonna read them, and y'all tell me yes or no. All right, so
There are
we're
a
gonna.
lot of indie games on the Switch store.
Yes,
There's a lot.
there really is. That's why I condensed the list because it's kind of crazy. I actually went through and I was like, holy shit.
Didn't they have like a lot of farming games that
Yeah.
coming out? I don't know
Yeah.
I don't
why.
like. Yeah.
It was like so many, and like close together to each other. I don't know. It was
They
so weird.
are. I don't understand simulator games unless you're like planning on learning a life skill. I honestly don't get it. Like, go outside, touch grass, you know? Go.
No, but it does make sense
You
though,
know?
because if I were like an indie game company,
Yeah,
I would target the Switch because indie
Totally.
games are more suited for portable
totally.
gaming consoles.
That's for sure. What
I
if you-
agree.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. But simulator, it's like I don't want. If I wanted to be a farmer, I would go farm. You know what I mean? Like I don't
No,
want
Code Simulator all the
I
way.
don't-
That's the best one.
No, maybe flying because I hate flying. So if that would be like different because then, you can't die. You know,
The fl-
that's
oh
different.
man, you mean the flight simulator, like the
Yeah.
one from Xbox?
Yeah, but it's too difficult. Like I'd rather just fly. Like it's like in
That's
GTA.
hardcore.
You know?
That's like a hardcore simulator.
Yeah. That yes. You better be a pilot after that.
For me, I just like I don't get it. Like
Yeah, I
it's
don't
just
either.
like a flight simulator. Like, well, I guess
I
you're
totally
flying.
get it. I totally. Soren said you played a cop sim and it was boring because all they do is wait around and give tickets half the time, and it's desk duty. Like people think police go out there and it's like a fun heist that they're taking down. It's like no, same with lawyers. It's a ton of paperwork. They're not out there in these big courtrooms on a murder trial.
That's like a role play, right? They
Yeah.
role play. I've seen that in GTA. I don't know if
Right.
there
I
are
was
other
familiar with
games.
that. Yeah.
Like I don't know if there are other games that focus on that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But imagine just like it's boring, you know? But
I-
like
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess it's like the community agrees to do like these role plays. I don't know.
Totally. And totally. See, Soren, he's a huge aviation guy. See, then you would love the flight sim, right? I hate aviation, so I'm probably not gonna, I mean, cooking, but like I would just go cook. Like, I don't know. I just don't get them. I guess flying is different. I would never fly, but like to learn, I know they had a bus driving one, and I thought, geez, lost brain cells on that. You know what I mean?
No, I'm honestly you're right. These like realistic like sims like the flight and the guarding, like whatever. I think the actual simulator games are fun are the ones that are just funny. Like the
Yeah,
goat
like
simulator,
cheesy.
the duck simulator. Yeah, the cheesy
Yeah,
ones.
right. Totally.
I mean, I mean, those have something to do. I guess
Yeah.
like it's just like great havoc. I guess, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right? It would
Maybe.
like it has to be like unless it was like a barista one and I'm trying to like step up my coffee game, like then maybe.
To
But like
to use it as a practice.
gotta practice, right? You would say I would at least learn it and then try it, you know? But
I
like
remember when like VR first came out, there was a game that came out. So there were a few like really fun simulator games. One I think was like a drunken bar simulator, where
oh
it's
that's
literally
nice.
like you're a dude at a bar and like you drink, you get big, and you just punch people.
That's a game.
Yeah,
That's a
I mean,
game.
yeah.
That sounds fun. That sounds fun.
That
There was
sounds fun.
another game. It was called I think it's called Gorn. I
Uh-huh.
think they actually were like two or three of them. But I remember I was watching people play like it was like the second one, and
Uh-huh.
it's just like you're just like in a little coliseum. They're enemies, and you have like weapons, sword, axe, spear, whatever,
Yeah,
and
that would
you
be
just go
fun.
to town. You just go to town, and like it is so you can sever limbs.
That's
You can
it.
like they made like limbs and body parts like really bendy and squishy. You can literally grab someone and just pull their head off. It's like
There we go.
it looked so much fun to play.
That looks
Oh my
now
god!
see that now that's something worth playing. You know,
Exactly.
that is something. I unfortunately get motion sickness, so I can never play VR. Like 2 minutes, and I'm already nauseous, wanting to throw up. But that sounds like a good time. Like I wish
Is it
For
because it
Honor.
also like covers your ears as well?
It doesn't matter. I get nauseous. Like if I'm on a swing, I get motion sickness. If I
Oh, I
even
see.
watch the like shoreline of the ocean and I'm only focused on the water going in and out, I get nauseous.
Gotcha,
There's no
gotcha.
saving me. There's no saving me. But like, I was thinking, you guys ever play For Honor?
I played it once or twice.
Okay,
Yeah,
that
Born
I
is pretty
think
fun.
would be a great VR game. No, you guys say no.
No.
You don't have TV. No, no,
No.
no.
I
No,
don't
man,
necessarily
no.
think
That
I don't.
game is like it should be called No Honor. It's not For Honor.
That's
There's no,
honestly so true.
there's no honor at all in that game. Jesus
There's
Christ,
one.
man,
This man has trauma, man.
He's
He
got
played
some.
competitive.
Yeah. Oh
dude,
yeah.
I played it a lot,
Okay, I
and
only
it
played the
was
story, so see that's.
oh my god, dude, it was so rage inducing. Oh
Oh
my god,
man, I didn't
I haven't
know.
played the PvP, so
Wait,
rage
what class
inducing.
was the most cheesy?
Yeah.
What class was most cheesy?
It depends because it's online. There's always someone that is good with something, like. But for me,
Yeah.
what pissed me the most, it was like the fucking Vikings.
No,
The
There
yeah.
were,
Vikings.
dude, there was a fucking Viking that grabbed me from one corner of the map to the other and dropped me to a ledge, and I died. That's it. I was fucking beating his ass up, and he just grabbed me, run, picked me on his shoulders, dropping me on a ledge, and I
That was
died. And I was
amazing.
like, "Oh my god!" Automatically, I just pressed. I just quitted the
Oh my
match, and I
god.
never went back to it. Oh my god, it was like the biggest
One
rage quit that
frame,
I
alt
haven't done.
F4
That is
instantly.
hilarious. That is
Yeah,
actually hilarious.
I mean, I
Okay,
have
so
it. I love it. I love it. The game, but
so
it
no
was
VR.
like no,
Yeah,
no.
no, no.
I don't think it will work. I don't think it will
Like that
work.
really reminds me of like when you watch like clips of like Smash tourneys and like people get so pissed because they have to like go in the pause menu and then go to the quit option and just like watching them try to do it as fast as they can and then they mess up and then have to like do it 2 or 3 more times. They keep messing up. It's not like on PC, you just Alt F4 done.
That's
It's like
so embarrassing.
there are compilations of people just in the
I need to
Smash
watch this.
tourney competitions just failing to one frame quit. Like it's so funny.
I
But
gotta
they're
watch
hardcore.
this.
They do it in a fucking second. Like,
Yeah,
there you go. Yeah, that's it. Like, yeah, let's go. There you
that's
go. Yeah,
crazy.
we're out of the match. Oh my god, they get mad.
I
I love it.
mean, yeah. I mean, yeah. I would definitely Alt F4. I think I'm on.
I mean,
Unplugging
I
the
don't
controller,
know.
Alt F4 done.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's the easiest way to get because yeah, that is hilarious though.
I
Okay.
just get mad. I just get mad that in tournaments when people get mad, they break their controllers and
Because
stuff
they
like
can't,
that.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
But but for me, it's fun. I don't know. It
You
makes
need
the
rage.
tournament fun. I don't know.
You need
People
rage.
say no, yeah, because it means like he tried his best and failed, and it's kind of fun. You know.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I
don't
think
know.
so. I
I
love
don't want to
rage.
sound mean,
I
but
say
but
embrace it.
it feels competitive.
Yeah,
I don't
right?
know. At least for me. At least for me.
Yeah.
I want to ask honestly, like even nowadays, do you guys still get tilted in competitive?
Like, what do you mean tilted?
Like do you like how easy is it as time goes on? Like does it get harder for you to get just upset or tilted in
Oh,
competitive?
In
yeah.
PvP? Mm,
Just in
I don't
It
general, yeah.
know.
easy for
I don't
me.
know. Is it
Yeah.
for you?
Yeah, in Siege, I complain all the time. And I'm only complaining is because I can't like cuss them the hell out due to this new rules of them on the chat, and I complain. Yeah, I rage.
For me, I don't know, man. It depends on the game, I guess.
Yeah,
There are games that I get like really serious, and
right.
there are games that I don't mind. So it depends. I guess if it's a game that I really want to win, and maybe after like 3 matches or four
Right.
matches, and I still can't get that win, I guess like I'm gonna start to piss off.
See,
But
it's a real thing.
Definitely. No,
It's
because
a
like
real
yeah,
thing.
especially like in competitive, I can definitely. I mean, I can sympathize, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because maybe for me it's a little bit different because I am not. I used to play a lot of like competitive kind
Yeah.
of like I told her,
Yeah.
I played for a time. I played like League. I played Apex. I played Valorant for a while, and it's a lot of fun. But like League, for example, the learning curve is just so massive.
Right.
But once you learn it, then it becomes very satisfying. But even let's say like Valorant, it's like okay, there's not really that much learning curve like to play. Like it's a fairly simple concept.
Yeah.
The thing is that if you're playing competitive and it's just completely random, it's just random lobby. It's like okay, like if things happen, it's like well, I knew what I was getting myself into, but then still it's like I want to win.
Right? I mean, that's totally, I mean, the problem I have with competitive gameplay is I think these pro players ruin games for other people. Like, they
Other
complain the
Smurf
most.
accounts. Yeah.
Yeah, they complain the most. They complain, and it's like for the casual players that sometimes play like ranked or whatever, it gets ruined because these pro players make up 1% of the community and they now make changes to the game that only cater to them. They completely ignore the masses, and then it makes
I,
it unplayable. You know what I mean?
I
I
Yeah.
agree with
hate
that
that.
statement. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
hate
because
that.
like these people have total control
Yeah,
on the community,
yeah,
and what it they get so in depth with the developers and stuff like that, that they only listen to their part,
right,
and then the whole game suffers because it gets used to them.
right.
It gets made for them
Yeah,
in the end.
it is.
I
Yeah,
guess I
Yeah.
guess it's true.
yeah.
I guess.
I always see that, and I get so annoyed when they start complaining, and I'm like, here it comes, the next update, it's gonna be ruined. The game's ruined.
I
And
don't know if it's that way for Siege, but I know, like for
oh,
example,
it
like
is. Oh yeah,
Riot has kind of already solved this. Like for example, like for League,
yeah,
they have different kind of changes
yeah.
on the competitive level. So
Okay,
like let's say because in the competitive scene, right, people they know the game much better than casuals, and there's always just meta,
right.
right? So let's say like in the highest tier competitive, there's a certain meta. It's
Yeah,
like, okay, well just for this tier, we're going to nerf this,
yeah,
but we won't do it for like kind of the lower ranks. We'll only do it for this kind of ranks. And also like from software kind of did the same thing for Elden Ring. Is like weapons and skills and everything have different kind of scalings, buffs, nerfs for
right,
competitive for PvP versus PvE. Like they made it separate.
right. Yeah, Siege doesn't do that. It's literally all the same. The only thing is when you play competitively, it doesn't tell you if you've downed or killed an enemy. So like you'll get the plus 150 if you kill somebody, but they don't show you that. Or like if you've damaged using your gadgets, it doesn't show you. You have to just kind of know based on callouts or on top of their screen if it says someone's eliminated. So that's it. There we
I
go.
mean, that reminds me of like back in the day with COD, like hardcore
Oh,
mode.
I play
It was
hardcore. Yeah.
it's honestly like it's not even taken seriously because you just murder your teammates.
Oh, that's me.
It's
Yeah,
just because
that's
there's
me.
friendly fire.
But
The
listen,
I
friendly
don't know
fire.
where they went off turning on friendly fire in old school hardcore COD
listen,
because you just assassinated whoever
I
you did like.
love hardcore. I play only hardcore COD, okay? I do team kill quite a bit, but it's just because it's based on reaction time. That's what I love about it. And if I hear
That's true,
footsteps, I
yeah.
turn around, I don't see because your name doesn't pop up. They don't show us. I have to kill you. And I have been banned. I was Black Ops 2. I was banned for 3 days because I accidentally TK'd someone.
Oh my goodness.
But guess
It's
what?
your meal, man.
But guess what? My KD was great. All right, my KD is still great. So it's okay. It's a trade-off. It's a trade-off. It's reactionary. Like, and you know it's
I
crazy?
mean, you can risk it. You can risk
You
it.
can't risk it because what if I don't react and I was like, is he an enemy? And then before you know, I'm already dead. See? Then I suffer. It's just
Because your
like
teammates
I mean-
always are going through care packages. It's like, I don't care who it is, they're
I
going
steal it.
down.
yeah, all the time. I'm telling you, it's just it's so. I do that same thing in Rainbow Six too. If I hear somebody accidentally team kill all the time, it's just it's reactionary. You know, they need like colors. You know, you gotta show me some colors like on these people, so I'd be like, okay, if their whole body was green or something, outlined in something, then I'd be like, okay, that is my teammate. But they don't, so I'm gonna kill you on accident.
My design.
Aren't there
It's
like
always-
any design in the
Yeah.
characters that can at least tell you something, or it's just random?
they're in. Let's see. Well,
Like
in
they
Call
have
of
some
Duty,
flag or something.
well, in Call of Duty, sometimes in hardcore, it's like depending, like their names will show up in red, but it's really rare. Like sometimes it's like on and off. I don't know why, but it's like that. But in Rainbow Six, the only thing is I think they're out. I haven't paid attention. I play this every day and I don't
maybe.
pay attention. I
The
honestly,
thing
me.
is, like, the sad truth is that for all these games, like, game devs are smart. They know
Yeah.
what they're doing. So how
They
you
do.
are experiencing the game, like, almost all the time is by their design.
they want the chaos. I'm
Yes, they want
convinced.
chaos. Absolutely.
They want it. But it's like I honestly hate the whole censorship with like because let me tell you something. Growing up playing Call of Duty, you grew tough skin. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Who
Of
cares
course.
who cares what people online
2006?
say? Yeah. Oh yeah.
2006? Dude, online 2006? Crazy. Amazing.
The best.
Oh,
Well,
man.
if there were like transcripts of
I would
all
love to see
COD
that.
lobbies
Yes.
released,
Release
that'd
them.
be worse if like the Pentagon secrets got leaked to the world.
Yes.
It would be
Facts.
worse than that.
Facts. I would love to see. I want to see it. Give it to me. Like that was the
Dude.
prime time.
Yes,
Prime.
it was so fucking fun for everyone.
So fun.
There was always someone like it got mad, but he didn't stop playing for it. It's like nobody cares. Everyone is trolling. It's
Everybody.
like everyone is doing it. You hear these little kids calling you a bitch and shit like that. It's like nobody cares. It's funny.
Everybody
But
was the
not.
scum of the earth. Everybody was the
Yes. No,
So unholy. It's
So unholy.
It was so unholy.
but in the end, it was fun, and you talk to people
That's
that
right.
wasn't there, and
Yeah.
nobody's bitching about it.
Nobody.
But now you see these fucking developers. Oh my god, we need to keep things civil, please.
Yeah. There's
like,
now banning, warnings. What is this?
dude, like, shut up, let the community be like
Exactly.
as competitive and trash talking and all the shit that gamers do, like it's so fun. And now you have to be checking out your words and what you say, and
Absolutely.
it's
It's
so
censorship.
controlling.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for me, it
It is
ruins the fun of a lobby. It ruins I don't know, man.
I
That's just for me,
absolutely agree.
you see.
I absolutely agree. I mean,
100% agree.
I literally had a fight for 4 hours on PS3. It was Black Ops 2. It was 4 hours of just us saying the most disgusting things back.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But it's one of the highlights of my life. Like I will never forget. And we became friends after. Like a friendship formed after
It's
4
true.
hours.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
4 hours of trash talking is the best
That's it.
way to get a real friend.
It is. It actually is. It totally is. I won't believe anyone that tells me otherwise. It's like it's like you have to grow tough skin. And now it's all like the whole reporting and like they're beeping out words that like bitch
Dude.
are automatically detected. Like, are you kidding?
I don't know, man.
No, I mean there are a few reasons
sorry,
why
Bob.
that like the chatting and
Yeah.
just like audio and the like DMs should just be completely non-censored because like most people like they're I wouldn't say like a minority people. Like
Yeah.
if you don't like the discourse, then okay, you can just turn off your
Exactly.
you can just turn
Yeah,
it off.
Exactly.
absolutely, bro. Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you can just turn it off, and then B, a lot of people end up getting arrested for this stuff.
We
Like
want to
there
see
no, because
it.
like there are reports of like people like it's like it's become more common thing, especially for like younger people. Like they make threats online
Yeah.
in these gaming chats, and then they get arrested. So I'm like, no, don't censor it. Let it
Don't
all out.
censor it. Let it
Let these
out.
guys get arrested. Yeah.
I know. And then film it. If they're gonna get swatted, I want to see it.
Oh
Make
god.
sure they're live streaming. I think it's I honestly, like, yeah. I do think though, if people obviously are like doxing, then you should be banned because that's just like unethical.
But doxing is another thing, you know.
Yeah,
It's
it is
like,
another thing. That's like taking it to a
yeah,
whole new level. But if
yeah, that's
like,
not trolling or trash talking or
yeah,
something. That can
exactly,
actually impact, you know,
exactly,
the
exactly.
person in real life.
That's it.
And you know, that's not for me. You know, that's like,
Totally crossing the line. Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know, because it can affect you in real life. You know,
Right.
words are just words. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's not gonna do anything to you. But
Absolutely.
doxing, that
It
giving
does.
information and
Yeah.
stuff like that, you know, that's another thing. You know, that's
Totally.
Doxing and swatting, that's just it's
no,
just
that
unreal.
It's crazy how much swatting is like a thing now. And these police
Yeah.
just bust in like it's like, oh my God, it's so embarrassing.
Like the
It's,
Kool-Aid man. They're like, all right,
yeah.
no, it's so
coming in.
serious.
We're-
Jesus Christ!
it's,
For me,
yeah.
it's like super dangerous, you
It's
know, to
super
these
dangerous
streamers
because,
and
yeah,
stuff like that. I don't know. I mean, I guess in the U.S. it's like
it's a pretty common thing.
it's very common. And here in Puerto Rico, that doesn't happen often, you know. Let
Good.
me not.
Good. Knock on wood. I got wood. Knock on wood.
Good.
People are just psycho, man.
They are psycho. See, it's this generation that's really ruined it because, like, mentally,
Yeah.
you know, they're unstable compared to like other generations. Like, it's because we grew up in those 2006 lobbies. You see what I mean? Like, we're built for this. And they're getting so mushy and soft. And now they're taking offense that they take it to a whole new level. Like, you can't do that.
No.
You
No.
know?
The generation that we are used to,
Right.
we grew up with this. How can I say it? Like we grew up with the technology.
Yes.
They already have it. You know
Yeah.
that, like
It's true.
they born and it was there. You
It's
know
true.
Yeah.
they don't know they don't know how to, you know, to grasp like what the internet is
Yes.
and what
Yes.
the, you know, I don't know how
No,
to say it. I'm
like
so sorry.
basically
No, you're totally right.
you're totally right. They're taking it for granted. They never had to learn. They never had to experience what it was prior to that. Like you said, they've always had it. So therefore, this is all they know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I would say this. I'm a teacher.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, nice.
and yeah, I'm a teacher, and I grow. You know, I spend a lot of time with these
Yeah.
young people. You know, and in here we don't have the same problems that the US have.
Yeah.
You know, with students.
Yeah.
But I see every day what their ways of thinking and how they develop through society
Yeah.
and what are the tendencies and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
And it's incredibly insane how different we are
I know.
from, you know, from my generation to this one.
Yeah.
and and well, it's all about that, you know. It's so much different because they just don't know what needed to happen to get there, you
Right.
know.
Exactly. They're not grateful. Yeah.
Yeah, totally ungrateful.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
in the gaming kind of world, that is
yeah.
absolutely taking advantage of. Like, for example, for some of these things, like, there generally should be, like, an age restriction. Like, I think generally, the minimum requirement to have any sort of social media, you should be 18.
Yeah.
Anything.
Facts.
You know,
Yeah.
Facts. Yeah.
anything. That's like a minimum. Because, like, for example, like you said, we're like among the last generation to not grow up with this already around. right?
Yep.
For us, like we didn't even start using social media until we're like even like in like at least middle school, even early high school,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Which I think is
Yeah.
still
Let's go.
younger than it should be. But now it's like people are getting social media like right being boom, like middle
Yes.
school, blah blah. Even like younger than that, there's no like, at least they're being a little bit better about that. But it should be like 18 or 21.
Facts.
Absolutely.
I mean
I
that's
And
totally
how,
agree.
yeah.
yeah,
And I also think kids like they're not understanding that video games are like not real life. I feel like it's totally integrating with like they think what happens in a game you can do in real life and it's no, this is just a
monetization.
video. Yeah. Exactly. It's just I yeah. And that's why if I have kids,
I
I'm
mean,
gonna literally treat them like those old school lobbies if they play games. they
yeah,
gotta
it will
learn.
make,
They gotta learn.
they gotta learn. They
They
gotta
gotta learn
learn.
like the rest of us. Let me tell you.
You
I
can be
mean, but it's
truthful
true.
without being harsh. You
Yeah.
can be truthful without being
Yeah.
harmful.
I'm not saying
You know?
bully them. I'm just saying, toughen them up.
The
Yeah.
truth shall set you free.
That's
No, it's true. You
it's
need to
true.
be. You need to. Okay, uh, how can I say it? I don't want to sound like a douchebag too.
No, you're not
Let
going
me
to.
say.
You're good.
I mean, okay. Let me say it this way. Here in Puerto Rico,
Yeah.
Latino mothers,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
they fucking beat you if you do something bad. Like you will
We
remember
do
that
that a
fucking
lot
beat.
over in the US. That's a
Oh yeah.
Yes,
we meme it
but
a lot.
You need
pero
yeah.
I mean,
You need
yeah,
you need
it's true.
to you need it. You need it.
Here comes the
You
belt.
guys have we all have okay, so but Paul and I are
Mm,
the same, all right? And we what Latinos call the chancla, which is the
yeah,
shoe, right? The flip
and this
flop, the
one.
shoe. Yep, and the belt.
Let's go.
That's what we had to.
The belt,
Yeah.
the
You
belt and
need
the
it.
chancla.
I had the wooden spoon. Yeah.
Yeah, that's common, I would say, the
Yeah.
spoon.
This common yeah. So like we are Middle Eastern, so like the spoon is always a common
Yeah, I'm glad I can't remember.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry, I
honestly.
was
That's
like,
what
I
Oh no,
like, I
you're
like
good.
there.
You're good.
Okay,
So you
okay,
need
well,
it. You need it. Like
uh,
I mean, you need to not beat your kids. People think of it like beating. It's
no,
discipline.
no.
It's
It's
Discipline.
discipline.
discipline,
Yes.
yes, because they say like, you need to love your kids. Yes, you
Yeah.
need to love them,
Yeah.
but you also need to teach them
That's
what
right.
is wrong and what is right, and that there are consequences when you do something
Exactly.
wrong.
Exactly.
So,
I think
it,
the problem is that a lot of people get just a warped sense of things because, like, for us, like, we know everything on the internet is a joke. It's not
Mm-hmm.
real.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
for some people, like,
Facts.
it's different when you just will occasionally watch the news and get influenced by things. But it's much more hazardous when these things are on the internet constantly and it's just
Yes.
at such easy access. I think that
Facts.
is so much more hazardous
Yep.
than the news.
Yep. I mean,
no,
yeah,
and
totally.
sorry.
No, go ahead. Totally. I
N-
agree.
No, get that. Okay, social media.
Yeah.
These kids are getting social media since they are so young, and these young people are telling other young people how things need to be done.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
they grow up thinking they are right all the time. Like,
Yes.
and there's just an echo chamber of, I don't know, like these freaking small kids telling the world how to run.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, why are adults accepting that? It's like, it's so
Exactly.
fucking mind blowing to me. Like,
Exactly.
people are accepting this. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's like, no, dude, you're a fucking 15-year-old, man.
You
Shut the
know
fuck up.
nothing. Yeah. You know
You don't know how
nothing.
to wipe your ass yet.
Yeah.
And that's the
Totally.
part
It's
that
true.
does I'm kind of confused about. I can understand why kids nowadays are the way they are, but what I'm still having trouble with understanding is how the parents of those kids are the way they are,
Yeah. It's
right?
because, yeah. You know
Like what
what?
happened in the previous generation that parents just go along with this stuff,
It's
right?
because they're being told, like, to coddle your children.
I blame my
Yeah.
generation.
Even, I mean,
Yep.
yeah, I think everyone has messed up in their generation, and then we pass down. It gets worse and worse and worse.
No, exactly. So
Millennials.
what happened to them? How did they mess up?
Right?
M-
It's
Millennials
like,
don't know how to grow up kids.
yeah,
It's simple as that.
yeah,
We, as millennials, fail to grow kids in a good manner,
Yeah. Yeah.
because maybe we wanted to give them all the things we didn't have.
Exactly.
Maybe we wanted to give them a better life that we maybe, it was so hard for us to get there. And
Yep.
now we want them to have all these fruits that
Yep.
we made with our labor.
Yep.
But in order to give them that, we forget to
Yeah.
teach them how we get there.
Exactly.
And
On the nose.
you know then when they grow up they have it all so easy,
Yeah.
so effortlessly, and
Yes.
and
Yeah.
now they're fucking bunch of brats, like, man,
They
I
are.
blame my generation. I blame my generation for
But you
that.
know what? I will say, what is up, Sunset? How are we doing today? I will say that like boomers were really good at hardworking and disciplining, but I
Yeah.
think their coldness made it to where millennials are now overcompensating for the Gen Z on the loving. Like, and I'm not saying not to love. It's just now we're losing that discipline because maybe the boomers just took it to another level. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
my dad's great. I love my dad. He's a boomer. And then like, but the
I do.
approach, you know what I mean? It's not all boomers had this like soft and hard approach. Sometimes they were just all hard. So I
Yeah,
think
Yeah.
now we're
No,
overcompensating.
I think that could be part of that.
You know what I mean?
Honestly, yeah, I think that's a good
yeah, I
point.
agree. I
Yeah.
agree. They gave us all the discipline in the world, but maybe they were like too stiff for us,
Yeah.
and
Right.
we wanted to compensate for it. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, I totally agree with that.
And like,
Sorry.
no, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, no, my parents were like exactly like that.
Yep.
They were like strict with me.
Strict. Yep.
But my mother obviously is like the loving one. My
Yep.
father was like the strict
That's how
one.
it always is.
It has like the balance for it.
That's right. That is.
You
No,
know,
it really is. Like,
but mhm,
yeah, I told you need the balance, and you can't just be all disciplined without some
without love or
love.
all
Yeah,
love without discipline,
exactly.
you
You
need
need
to
each
have
other.
both.
Absolutely.
Yes,
And
yes,
yep,
definitely.
I think with like video games too, I think now it's just like, my favorite, it's just like these parents are not watching what their kids are playing and they're becoming terrible people because of it.
But it's hard for them to like keep up with this stuff,
It
from
is.
one angle.
But if we're from our generation, like I know, like my parents didn't know what Grand Theft Auto was, so I was playing that at like 8. You know what I mean? But like I
Yeah.
know what Grand Theft Auto is. I don't want my kids playing that at 8. You know? But
Yep,
The
it's
run
true.
the run people over simulator.
it is. I'm not gonna. I did. I mean, I played Grand Theft Auto really young, but like I also think you just gotta instill education. Like this is a game.
Good lord, public online lobbies in GTA were just brutal. You
But
spawn
we
in,
had
someone
we
comes
had
to assassinate you within like 15 seconds.
we
Like,
had this common
what is this?
sense.
Yeah,
We
common
had
sense.
common
Yes, that's
sense.
what it
We
is.
had it.
That's what it is.
It's like a game. You're not gonna go out there and shoot people because
Yeah.
you're doing it in a game. You're not gonna do
Yeah,
fatalities on people on the street. It's like
Yeah.
like MK.
Yeah.
We had this common sense that we understood that
Yeah.
these games are just games and are for fun, and that's it.
Yeah. I
The
mean,
90s were edgy as fuck.
that's
The
it.
90s were edgy, and everything was so bloody and dark, and
Yes.
yeah, and everyone loved it. And there's not so much fucking psychos out there
I know.
as there are now.
And you know
That
what?
everything
Yeah.
is so soft now. Everything is so like wonderful and rainbows and shit. And there's more crazy people out there
Exactly.
than ever. And
Exactly.
so, is it really like the things that we play, or maybe how we understood the things that we play?
Absolutely. Like absolutely. I have this story and I kind of
before that,
blame. Yeah, go ahead.
actually, I gotta hop off right now.
Oh, okay, no problem. Well, thank
But
you for joining with us today, Paul. Appreciate it.
absolutely,
And
I'll see
anytime
you
you
guys
want to
next time.
come back, you're more than welcome.
Thank you.
Absolutely, I'll see you guys next
All
time.
right. Bye, Paul.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Okay, so
Mhm.
okay, let me get rid of him here. Okay, so there we go. There's just 2 of us. So I have this news story, and I kind of blame this for like what we were talking about with the whole like video games and like the common sense. I think games
Mhm.
are becoming too realistic.
Hmm.
I think that Grand Theft Auto was so cheesy at one point that
Yeah.
it created this like whole like this is totally fake. And I think now with the realism, it's becoming people can't tell it apart. And I have this story. Now,
Okay.
where is it? Oh, here we go. So, Red Cross challenges gamers to play shooters using real life rules of war. So, basically, it's a challenge to get gamers to play FPS games where you are not allowed. So, like if an enemy is downed, you can't keep shooting at them. You cannot target non-violent NPCs. So, you can't fire at bots who are friendly towards you.
Okay.
You can't shoot towards civilian buildings. Fighting can't be done inside houses, schools, or hospitals. But if you have to, it has to be to avoid damaging the area. And if you have a med kit, you are forced to use it on everybody. So, how do you feel about that?
But what game is this? What?
It's a challenge. They're going to start implementing it only. So the participating games are on Arma 3 and Fortnite. And if you want to take the challenge, you can go to the ICRC website and fill out a form and take part in this.
So it's like in these games, you need to act like if you were in real life.
Yes. Yes.
Like just shoot your enemies specifically in here and show empathy for your enemy, and
That's what I'm saying. What? Like it's becoming, if we wanted war, I mean, you would join the military if you really wanted to fight, right? Like I don't come here to base it on real life. We come to play video games to escape reality. And
it's just mindless fun. It's like when we are talking about PvP and stuff like that. It's just like Team A beat Team B. That's it. You don't need to think about, oh my God, let me not kill my enemy.
Exactly.
Oh my God, let me not shoot this building that is obviously fake because I mean that's fucking stupid.
It's stupid. It's ruining it. And I think I think the best kind of violence games are always the ones that look the worst because they're the most fun. Because it's all fantasy. If I wanted a real like life, and this is why I don't like Tarkov or anything. It's like supposed to mimic real life, but we didn't come here to do real life.
I mean, look, I stopped playing like multiplayer games like for a while now.
Yeah.
I mostly play like co-op games.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna do like playing with my friends and stuff like that, I do co-op games like Monster Hunter or something like that.
See, that's fun.
Yeah, because the communities on these multiplayer games,
right?
That are PvP are getting so fucking. Really, I don't get how you can like get so control when you're playing a video game.
I know.
It's like it's just that.
Yeah.
It's not that deep.
It's not. It's not
that deep.
Like now.
Then you see these developers cave into these things.
Yeah.
And it pissed me off because the game developers were fucking badasses.
I know.
Before.
I know.
They didn't care about anything. They just created things and do things in there. Go ahead, have fun.
That's
and
it.
Now you see these developers, like, no, we care about certain communities.
Totally.
No, but it's like, dude, what happened to you? You got fucking castrated or something.
Literally, that's exactly what it is. They're afraid of any kind of backlash, and their fear is ruining what we play.
Exactly. They just need to fucking say like, no, this is my game. This is it. If you don't want it,
don't play it.
Don't play it. Go find another multiplayer game that you might like and you can get censored and go there.
Go for it. Exactly.
Yeah, go for it.
I really agree. I totally agree. And I think, and that is kind of why I think indie gaming is really rising, is because these people are not afraid to make their own game, no matter what. And I think, so there's this new game I'm really excited about. It's called, I don't know if you've heard of it, Detective Sim Shadows. Detective Sim Shadows of Doubt. Okay. It's literally, so it's going to be coming out. It's not out yet, but it's going to be on PC. And it's from Looking Glass Studio. And basically, it kind of looks a little like Lego-ish, but I'm sure they're going to fix that. Basically, there's thousands. You go in a city, and you get to solve any crime you want in the way you want to solve it.
Interesting.
So it's going to be in early access soon, but basically you're in a city, and its citizens are So all generated. So you get your first case, a basic lead, such as an address and phone number, and the rest is up to you. So you can go about what crimes you want to solve and how you want to solve it, who you want to say is guilty and who is not.
That's pretty cool. I
Right?
mean, that sounds interesting.
Now
You
to
know,
yeah, I like LA Noir. I don't know if you ever played that game.
I didn't play, but I know what it is.
Okay, if you like police
Yeah.
game, I really love that game. I really felt like it kind of encapsulated the whole detective work. You work your way up from a cop to a detective. You work in different departments, and I love any kind of detective work. And I think that a game like this, especially because it's indie, that it's going to be awesome. Because it's not a cop
Yeah.
simulator. It's like you get to live in your world how you want to see justice be served.
There was another game that was like with detectives and stuff like that. It was like
Ooh.
Murder Soul Suspect. I don't know if you know
Ooh,
about that one.
I never played that. No.
But I mean, people hated it. I
Uh-huh.
guess the critics hated it. But I guess it was like you need to solve your own murder.
Oh, I
I guess
like
because you
that.
are like the soul, and you need to inspect
I
shit,
like
and find
that.
it. Yeah, and it's super cheap. I've seen that game like for a buck maybe.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, why
because
not?
critics kill it. Like it says like it sucked so hard, and the developers had to like lower the prices so
Right.
fast and stuff like that. They kill the game basically.
Ah.
But yeah, but I know, going through what you're saying,
Yeah.
in investigation areas, investigation games. Yeah, I that one gets to my mind.
I love that stuff. I mean, what was it? It was on Steam. It's called Her Story or In Her Story or something. It's only like a few hours, but you watch this
Okay.
girl and it's like a real film. It's not like a video. It doesn't look, it's like actual footage that they acted out of a
Okay.
girl with her police tapes and like what she's telling him. And you have to piece together the crime.
Okay. It's like a puzzle game.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
awesome. I mean, to me, I love things like that. An
I,
indie game, love it. I think it's called,
I,
let's
ha-
see,
I
Her
haven't played
Story.
it though.
Yeah,
I've,
that one's a
as
few
I said
hours.
before. Okay,
Yeah,
as I said
so
before,
like,
I don't play like a lot of indie games and stuff
yeah,
like that. But in the end, seeing the route that these big companies are going, I think in the end we're gonna be playing only indie games.
I think so. I mean,
And
I think so. And it sucks because like a company like Square Enix, I really liked, but it seems like they've become so corporate now that we're hitting on this slippery slope, I think, with
yeah,
them. You know what I mean?
uh, Square Enix is one of my favorite companies
Yeah.
because I fucking love Final
I do
Fantasy.
like Square Enix for
Uh,
sure. Yeah.
I like a lot of games. I
Yeah.
like Star Ocean, Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest.
Yeah. I mean,
Uh,
those
you
are
know,
good games. Yeah.
I love them. I
Yeah.
love them. I love them too hard. And that love grew with PS1 era
Yeah.
when there were a lot of JRPG games that I
Yeah.
love, but now they are so hit and miss. They have
Yes.
like they of 5 games, one is good, and
Yes.
you need to be like very careful with what they launch. And they
Absolutely.
have lost reputation too.
They have. They absolutely have. I think they're gonna. I'm worried for them because I really like them, but I'm worried we're on this slippery. Like, look at Ubisoft was at its top of its game at one point. They became this big corporate AAA game that they don't care if it sucks or not. They just put it
I
out unfinished, and now they're
I
like not great.
I think for me, this is my
Yeah.
opinion, right? Because
Yeah.
it's not like I have like a
Yeah. Of course.
insider
Yeah. Of
knowledge,
course.
but
Of course.
me as a consumer, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and as a gamer for my whole life,
Yep.
I guess I think the problem is these companies are trying to cater to everyone
Yeah.
and end up catering to no one because
Absolutely.
you need to pick your fight, your people. This
Yeah.
game is gonna be focused for this,
Yep.
and this game is gonna be focused for these gamers.
Yep.
So in that way, I guess like you're gonna find your community
Yep.
and you're gonna find your consumers
Yep.
for those things. But when you try to appeal to everyone, it's like in
It
the end,
doesn't
it's like
work.
no one's gonna like it because these people will like this, but not this other thing,
Exactly.
and and the other
You
people will like this, but not these things. So in the
absolutely.
end, the game is like gonna be like a meh.
Yeah,
You know, like
exactly. That is it.
so it's so just focus on doing a game for these people, for this community, and doing another game for the other communities. You know, at
That's
least
it.
for
That's exactly.
at
And
least that's what I think.
I honestly think for a AAA games you want to call, I think Far Cry 5 was the last thing Ubisoft put out that did cater to everyone, that didn't piss anybody off. I think because
It,
they made fun of everybody because it reminded me of something that would be released, and it was only released in like 2017, I think. So it was like, it was so funny and they didn't take it seriously, but it was a serious game, but it was so good. And
but it's fun.
it's fun. They
It's
didn't.
fun.
Now it's just like, oh, we can't say this. You can't do that. This is going to piss this one off. And then you saw Last of Us. They were like, screw what everybody else thinks. We're just going to damage ruin this game. You know? They were like,
That's so
we
critical
don't
of it.
care. That's what it's felt. And that's why I won't buy another Naughty Dog game, because to them, our opinion doesn't matter.
Yes,
And that's
exactly. And
That's it.
I'm totally agree with you. And it's so sad for me because
I
I
know.
fucking love Naughty Dog.
I know. I
I
know.
fucking love them.
I know.
And then they start changing with this fucking
Narrative.
people that
Yeah.
fucking got into their studios and
Yep.
making changes, and
Yeah.
Sony pushing this shit,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
developers felt like this pressure
Yep.
on
Yeah.
doing things like, and then they fucking ruin the fucking franchises and fucking things that we love, and then it's like, why are you doing this, motherfucker?
It's
So it's like
I don't
it's
get
so,
it. I don't get it. I get
dude.
so frustrated.
Yes,
I get
yes,
so frustrated.
and now it happens to Guerrilla Games too.
Oh, please. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
dude, dude, I have like a fucking helmet of Killzone right there, Killzone 3. I don't know if
Yeah.
you can see it.
I
Dude,
wait.
I
I think
have
I do.
every
I think I do.
I have
Actually, I do.
I have my freaking helmet of Hellgun helmet
Yeah.
because I fucking love Killzone 2, Killzone
Killzone's a
3.
great game. That's a great series. That's a great
I,
series.
I, dude, and I played that game on my PS3 nonstop.
Yep.
And I fucking love what they did. It was so critics, as always, they're fucking pussies,
Yeah. Always. Oh
and
yeah.
So anyway, so we didn't care, man. That game were awesome.
Yeah.
Then when Horizon came, I was hyped because I love everything that Guerrilla
Yeah.
has dropped, and I was gonna try it.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's good,
Yeah.
but it could have been better
This.
because it has like
Yes.
certain things that I didn't like, and I
Yeah.
was like, And then Horizon 2 came out, and it's Guerrilla. It looks amazing,
Yeah.
but it already like lost my appeal.
Yeah. I hear
Like
you. I hear
at
you.
least for me,
I hear you. I
and-
play it. It looks amazing. It's like one of the most fun open world games, but story wise, it doesn't compare to like something like God of War. It doesn't.
Oh my,
It's a
yeah.
lackluster story. Okay.
Yeah.
And the problem I have, I think, with Aloy, right, the main character, is like she has like no, like they make her too perfect. And that's why I think Kratos, it's like you see this character, he's like a terrible person basically, and you see this arc and becoming better and softer. And with Aloy, it's like
sense.
they just put her this like, she has no problem, no flaws. Like she's just like, you can't do that. You need character development.
Yeah.
And it definitely lacked
but
that.
with Kratos, the story that and how they made it makes sense.
God of War is such a beautiful game. Oh my god.
Yes, all of them. I have all of them. I
Watch
prefer the
them.
original trilogy.
Okay, yeah, the OG, you can't compare, right? But like,
I love yes, the OG, the first 1 to 3.
Yes, it does.
I love them. I prefer them
Me
because
too.
it was like
It was
this
a time.
really gory thing, like, oh, there you go, man.
Totally.
Fucking rip that head off, But now
Totally
it's like,
I
yeah,
totally
I will let you live.
Yeah.
You know what? Like,
Yeah, we
God
don't
damn
want
it,
that.
come.
Yeah, I will say. Okay, let me tell you
But
something.
it's part of the story, and I can't get mad at the developers because it's part of what
It is.
of the development of Kratos.
It is.
So in the end, I don't have to love it, but
No.
I can't hate it.
Right. Right? No, I think so too. I hope they don't make him too soft because he's at the end of the day God of War. That's the only problem. Like
Exactly.
let's not do too much now. Like let's get him that would be good tension. See, anytime they ask like in a game to get rid of an enemy or save them, if I'm fighting the whole game to take you out, I'm taking you out. I'm not stopping at the end.
I want to take you
I'm
out,
taking
man.
you out. I am
Because
committed. I am committed to this.
dude, that's mira. Okay. Let me say. This is the same shit that happened with Last of Us 2.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
fuck, man,
Oh my God.
dude,
Yeah.
like, oh my god, they wanted to bring this fucking shit about two perspective and how this fucking bitch can
Yeah.
kill anyone. You need to forgive her
Yeah. No.
because like,
Yeah.
dude, I
No.
don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
You
Yeah.
fucking kill
No.
Joel,
I
like, and in the worst possible way. Like,
right.
dude, what are you
What?
doing?
I
Like, and then you're supposed to like, oh, dude,
yeah.
kill your papa because he tried to kill me. Dude, like,
First of
why?
all, she wasn't
Dude,
even
the
there.
writing was so
It
bad.
was so
Oh
bad.
my
It
god.
was so bad. Like
And people, it's like, oh, you're fucking like homophobic.
no.
Dude, shut the fuck up. The story is so badly
It's so
written.
bad. If you
Dude.
saw someone you loved,
Oh,
like a father, get killed in front of you, how am I supposed to show mercy? Hello? Not to
nope.
mention, I just lost fingers in the fight. Yeah, I didn't lose them for nothing. I'm taking you out.
Dude.
I'm taking you out.
Dude.
I'm taking you out.
Oh my god, no. No, no. Oh,
I'm
I can't.
taking
I
you out.
can't.
I don't
Literally,
care.
I can't.
Like, I just don't care. Like, what, even if it was like, let's say God of War and it's a creature at the end, I'm not showing this creature mercy. You're
Nope.
out. You're done. Like, I didn't just spend, and you know what? Far Cry did this too. So there was Far Cry 5 and it ended. And then there was Far Cry 6 where it kind of goes back to the antagonist and you can choose to, and spoilers if anyone hasn't played it, you could choose to kill him or save him. I didn't just spend 2 games trying to take you out. I don't care if you've changed. You're done. You're done. You punched in your last ticket. That's it.
Yeah.
And you know what? And
Yeah.
that's, yeah. So that's why, this era of indie games, I really think it's going to take over. But it'll be good for a while until these indie developers basically sell out. And then that's when the problem is going to.
Let's hopefully think that these developers that are indie, if they stay like in this humble area of
Yes.
not going so big,
Yes.
maybe they don't like sell out to stuff like that,
Yes.
But if they
Yeah.
go like way too big and have like this ambition of going from indie to AAA,
Yes.
maybe companies will drag them down
Mm-hmm.
to their standards and shit like that.
Totally. And I do think that indie games, what they do best is they tell a story. I don't care how a game looks. Tell me a good story. And I find that now games look so great and it's fantastic. It's open world, but they don't tell me a good story.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, that tends to happen.
you know?
When companies get this technology
Mm-hmm.
and they are all about the wow factor,
Yeah,
you know, and that
absolutely.
sells.
Yeah.
That sells because when gamers see a fucking beautiful game, they're like, oh my god, it looks fucking amazing,
Yes.
But when they get behind the game and it doesn't deliver in other areas, it's sad, because you were expecting so much to have a great story with that accompany with that accompanying
Exactly.
that graphics, that happens. That
Exactly.
it
Exactly.
happened to what let me see, what game was it. The Order 18. Oh my god.
Oh, 1800 or some.
Yes,
Yes.
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 The Order. That game looks amazing.
It
Fucking
did.
love that game.
Yeah.
And even it had great graphics and story because
Okay.
the story was great, but the gameplay failed so miserably
So,
that it was
yeah.
so slow.
Yeah.
The
I
pace
did
was
hear that.
slow,
Yeah.
and the gameplay was boring,
Yeah.
repetitive fights, and it ruined the game. But it has like all these factors that were good, and you just
Ruin
fail
it.
in this one, in this
Yeah.
place, and that fucks the game up because no gamer wants to fucking walk for 5 minutes to do
Yes.
something,
Yes.
and it's like, man,
Exactly. I
you
felt,
you
yep.
almost had it.
Almost. See, it's like they're so good, and then they drop the ball because it can't be perfect. They find a way to mess it up. I felt the same way with Vampire. It was such a beautiful game. It was
Vampire.
yeah,
Is
it was
that the old game?
VA.
Is
It
that an
was
old game?
20 like 16, 17. It was
PS4?
yeah. It was Vampire. It was
Vampire.
VAMPYR. So it wasn't like spell it
I think I
regular.
kind of remember it,
I
but I
think it was
don't.
Square Enix. I believe it was. Yeah.
Where in it?
Yeah, I'm like I'm gonna double check. I'll double check on that. It was such a good game, but the mechanics, I was raging. I was literally going to be the person that threw my controller. It was like there was no fast travel either. So and there was no map. You had to find your way by memory. Listen, I'm
Yeah,
a
yeah.
girl. That's I struggled the most with directions. Let me see. Who made you? Vampire
Vampire.
Who made you? Are you Square
Who made?
Enix? I can't
I don't
find.
think so.
I could have sworn
I,
you know what? It was Don't Nod. It was Don't Nod. I got confused. It was Don't Nod. Yeah. Well, they merged with or like every time you search Square Enix, I swear I see a Don't Nod Entertainment mixed in with it. And I'm pretty sure they own them, don't they? I don't know.
Square
I
Enix
think they're
got rid
different.
of a lot of studios there.
Yeah,
Like
Don't Nod,
they got
yeah.
rid of Eidos and some other games studios that have like Soul River. It
Yeah.
has like Tomb Raider, Crystal Dynamics.
Yeah.
Crystal Dynamics was one of the studios that they got rid of.
Yes.
It was relative cheap.
Cuz I don't think
Yeah, they sold it cheap.
yeah. It has to because Life is Strange is Don't Nod, but I think Square Enix owns it.
Yeah,
So yeah, so they
yeah.
probably are like now probably merged or whatever, but Vampire is such a good game. It
Never
is
played it.
it is, but the
Never played
mechanics
it.
and Beyond Two Souls, I talked about this I talk about this a lot because the Beyond Two Souls had such a good story. But good lord, the mechanics of the fighting and all that were like horrendous. At
And
this point,
yeah, it says like it was like no matter if you press the buttons or
it
not,
didn't count. It didn't count.
it didn't count.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
why
right.
would you bother?
Yeah.
Just like watch a YouTube video
Yeah,
then.
that's what I was saying. Just watch a YouTube of the whole story and then you're fine because that's all it is anyway. That's all it is.
So stupid.
It
So
is so
stupid.
stupid. And yeah, I will say the best indie game I've played recently was Firewatch. And
Firewatch.
yeah, it came out in like 2015. It's literally about a guy. The whole moral is right. He is on Firewatch at Yellowstone, and I didn't even know that this was a real job. But there's people that sleep in the towers to check for fire, and like if you camp, they kick you out. Like you can't do anything out there. And it's like you talk to this girl who's another fire watcher, and it's like about their story, like getting to know each other, and that's it. And like some mystery happens that you try to solve while you're out there. It was like
Okay.
it's not like climactic in any sense, but it was such a realistic game that I really felt like it was two people talking, like actually doing this for a living.
I think I saw that game on a PlayStation reveal, right?
I think it was I played it on PC. I don't know if it went out. Maybe it did go out on other platforms.
Maybe and the
Maybe.
Player of State. I
Or
think it's
State of Play
called
or whatever. Yeah,
State of
whatever
Play.
that is.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
And
I think I saw that in a game. It was like a fireman and like
yeah.
going through to the forest and stuff
Yeah,
like
that
that.
was
But
it. It must have been it. Yeah.
it never caught my attention though. But you're saying that is good.
It's like it felt like real. Like it was the most real game I felt. Like I was like, okay, and in the end of it, I won't spoil it. It was like such real life. Like I think
Hola.
I think it was like totally fit that.
I just saw like a comment that said hola. Yeah. Anyways.
No, you're good. And the last thing we have today, news-wise, is FIFA. I don't know if you're familiar with the game, or
FIFA, like
yeah,
football.
like yeah, soccer. I call
Yeah.
soccer, yeah, football.
Yeah, football. Soccer, I mean,
They are
yeah.
changing their name. There's no longer going to be FIFA.
Why?
For the games,
It's
EA is rebranding it and is calling it EA Sports FC.
Maybe. Dude, those games were a rehash
Yeah.
every year.
Are they
I
bad?
don't know if they're. Dude,
I don't
It's the
play 'em.
same game.
Same
I don't
thing.
play them.
Copy and
I don't
paste.
play. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, yeah. I don't waste my money on sport games.
Yeah. I
They're
mean,
fucking. Like,
EA is kind of EA's in trouble. I'll tell you that. EA has been in how they've not been producing anything good for a long time.
what was the last game EA dropped? I don't know.
It's all sports. It's like they only focus on sport, but the problem is when you copy and paste, like hockey's the same way because I get the NHL games. It's copy like the last one. It's like I buy them and then I stop buying them every year because I was like, it's literally the same thing.
It's the same game. It's just
Yeah.
like, oh, now we have this team
Oh
that
yeah.
plays
Ooh.
the same. Ooh, it's
It's the
like
same.
give me $60 for it.
Yeah.
Oh wait, now it's $70.
Right? But like
Yeah.
so like first thought like so do you watch soccer?
No,
No, okay, because I was gonna ask, isn't FIFA so FIFA's only the World Cup or like
no. They have
it's
like
the
a
whole league?
yeah.
Okay,
I think
so
so. I think so. I think like it's the whole league, but they have like this special global event that you know
yeah, I feel like
that is
FIFA would
that is the
draw
one that
attention.
everyone watch.
Yeah, see, and it's a attention like when it's the World Cup, everyone's watching, right? So I
Yeah,
think
because
changing
it's
their
every
name,
country against each other, so everyone's like supporting their country. You know,
right? Right. So then I think it's weird that they're changing it to FC because it sounds like it's only focused on like it said it's still going to have all the teams, but to me it kind of feels like it would be focused on one region or one league of it compared to it being universal. But they say it's not, but then why change the name? I don't know. I think it's weird.
maybe it has to be with the licenses of the name. You know,
Maybe.
like
True. I didn't think about that. Yeah.
but I don't really know about because as I said before, I'm not that into EA anymore. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
no.
were like a good company way back
Way
then.
when like Madden, think of Madden.
Way
Wow.
way back
Wait,
then.
like the first now. I'm talking ooh, all the
But
way back.
after the PS3 era, like
Yeah.
they
Facts.
started to get super greedy,
Yeah, they did.
and gamers was fucking mad with them, and I don't think that stigma never went away.
It didn't. It's funny because like being in California, right? I see the job listings. I'm always curious. That's how you know based on how they're good. Ubisoft and EA are basically begging people to come work for them. If you look on any like Indeed or whatever things to look for jobs,
Real?
they are begging. I mean, there's a ton of jobs you can find for both those places right now. So
I mean,
there, it should tell
I
you.
mean, at least that's a good thing about living in California, I guess, right? Because it's like you have so many companies, big companies in
Yeah,
there that affect everyone here. Here in Puerto Rico, we don't have any of that
you
shit,
know,
man.
yeah.
We're like in the middle of the eye of the sea, and we don't have
You gotta
anything. You
make
know,
one.
like
You gotta write something. You
you-
gotta make one. I
I,
mean, a
I,
game there would be beautiful, though. I mean, imagine a game that would take place
I
there.
would
I'd play.
love like having you know, like a game made on
Yeah.
Puerto Rico. I mean, that's
Well,
gonna be
then,
like
you know
really
what?
good, but you know,
Far
that
Cry
depends
6.
because
Far Cry 6 should have been in Puerto Rico because it's on this fantasy island anyway. That's like a make believe Cuba. So you might as
yeah,
well have just done Puerto Rico.
yeah. But since Cuba have you know have like these political problems and shit
Yeah,
like
so I
that,
guess the
you know.
storyline wouldn't make.
So
Yeah, you're right.
yeah, Puerto Rico, you know, it's like in here we're just like we are in a colonial status.
Yeah.
So it's like yeah, it's like USA but with beaches all around
Well,
and people
listen.
talking Spanish.
I would
That's it.
rather live in Puerto Rico before I'd ever go to Canada or a place like that. All right.
Dude.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
God,
I would
Canada. I don't
much
know what
rather.
happened there.
It's,
I
you
don't know what
know,
happened.
Canada, you know what I think it is? I think that they always tried to be like America, that now they're trying the most to distance themselves and it's backfired. I feel like that's probably what it is. They always were in our shadow, and now they're like, you know what? Let's mess up as like the craziest things as possible so we can be different. So people will
You
remember us.
know, and I remember like a while ago. Sorry that we are getting straight
No, you're
away
good.
from
You're
the.
good. You're good.
But a while ago, I remember that me and my wife were talking about going to Canada,
Yeah.
and we thought that Canada was gonna be like an awesome place, you
Yeah.
know, like oh my God, Canada has all this help for people,
Right.
and you know, but now now it's like,
It's
oh my
changed.
god, happened there? Like, I don't want to go there anymore.
No,
Like,
no, no.
no,
It's
no.
not. It's like, it's kind of like Alaska. Like, why would you go? You know what I mean? Unless you plan on like living out in the woods. Like, why else? Why else
I
would you
mean, I
go?
prefer to go to Alaska than Canada.
Me too. Oh yeah. I mean,
As of now.
You know what's
As
crazy?
of now.
Half my family's in Canada, and they're like,
Okay.
don't come. They're like, you know what? Steer
Yeah,
clear.
stay
They're
there.
like,
Stay there.
stay there. Yeah, I gotta say, like, it's crazy because people are really thinking like everyone thinks Florida is this place to go to right now, and it's like absolutely not. Do you see the bugs in Florida? Like, I'm not going. I am
Dude,
not going.
the Crocs.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh
god. No.
yeah. Why should I coexist with that? Like, what the
A
hell?
lot of a lot of Puerto Ricans go and emigrate to Florida
Oh
because
yeah.
we're close. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a 2 hour flight.
Oh, that's
And
nothing. Okay.
yeah, we are very close in there. And there's a lot of Puerto Ricans in Florida right now. As a matter of fact, seek out Kissimmee.
Uh-huh.
There's a place in there that is called the second Puerto Rico because there's so many Puerto Ricans in
Oh
that
my God,
place.
they all win.
Yes, they are land. Yeah,
What?
yeah, because yeah, because Puerto Rico is like is getting like with a lot of trouble to find jobs.
Okay, yeah. That makes sense.
Or
Yeah.
let me say decent jobs
Yeah,
because we
decent.
have a
Okay.
lot of jobs in here, but decent jobs is the other thing,
Yeah.
you know. And a lot of Puerto Ricans emigrate to Florida trying to find better jobs, you
Yeah.
know, stuff like that.
Well,
And so many went away after the Hurricane Maria that they haven't come back. And, you know, there's a lot of Puerto Ricans out there. I
well,
don't know if it's good or not. I have never gone to the mainland.
Florida
So
is like it's like
I'm
every crazy
still,
story in the
oh, I
United
think I lag.
States. Every crazy story in the United States starts with the you're good? Oh no, he's lagging. Yeah, every crazy story chat starts with a Florida man or Florida woman. That is how you know that things have gone terribly wrong. And
Sorry.
oh no, you're good.
I think I lag in there.
Yeah,
I don't know
don't
if
worry. No, you're back. You're back.
okay.
You're good. I
Okay.
was just saying
Thank you.
every crazy story starts with a Florida man or Florida woman.
I see the
Literally.
memes all the time. I
Literally,
see the
yeah.
memes all the time.
It's
Yes. Let's
just
go.
it's funny because well, you know, if you guys ever want jobs, EA and Ubisoft are hiring, okay? Come give up some rights, come live in California, and then you'll be fine. At least you'll have a good job.
I'll go to California to make games with EA.
That's it.
I think that's the dream.
That's it. And I think we're going to end it on that note, guys. We appreciate everybody that
Yep.
stopped in today. John, thank you. I'll talk to you a little bit in Discord after, so stick around. But guys, if you haven't already, you guys can find us here, and I will be uploading these to YouTube as well. We will be back next week. Everybody have a safe weekend. I will see you all back here soon. Take care. John, thank you so much for joining. And we'll be back later, guys.